Hello, my impatience. It is I, Andrew the Android Koloski here. I am live and I'm ready to perform for all of you. How art thou, my impatience? How art thou? Somebody says I need to find my bop. Well, frankly, it's a okay. Bop. Okay. Realistically, though, Pizza Pasta says, "What's up, big dog? Not much, Pizza Pasta, not much." Oh, oh, oh. Yeah, man. I listened to Bop 2 or 3 times after the live stream ended. Quite frankly, they made a lot of money off trash. I think my songs are better. I mean, quite frankly. But, it takes good timing. If you're in the right place at the right time, you can cash in. But then I threw Bop into Wikipedia, and it said, "Oh, this is one of the 9 best boy band songs. It's catchy, it's fun." So maybe I don't really fully appreciate how good Bop is. Maybe I don't fully grasp the magnitude of Bop. Like maybe I haven't created anything that catchy, quite frankly. So. Somebody says Bop was an earworm, but it's definitely no organic orange juice. Bop, bop, da boom, bop, bop. Yeah, man. I gotta find my Bop. Well, how can I? Somebody says go to the recording studio, record your album. Try to get it on Z100. And maybe you'll be all over the radio. Maybe I'll be the next Hanson or Sabrina Carpenter or Taylor Swift. You never know. All right. I certainly got that hunger. I got that drive. I got that intensity. I'm ready to annihilate. I'm not as, I definitely got the hunger, the drive, the intensity. I'm ready. I got the killer instinct. I got the killer instinct. Yeah, so Pizza Pasta says, hit up Opie and Anthony and see if they can put you in contact with the record executive. They kind of owe you. All right, let's go on X, formerly Twitter, and type in Anthony Cumia. Okay, let's see what he's up to. He as of 32 minutes ago, he's tweeting. Yeah, I guess I could tweet at him. I could start tweeting at Anthony Cumia. I'll leave him alone, though. Somebody says, DM Anthony Cumia directly or email his management. It looks like he's in charge of something. What is Anthony Cumia? He's on New York City and syndicated stations across the country. He's doing things. He's doing things with his life. I don't know what, but he's doing things. I know him from the Opie and Anthony days. Let's see what Opie is doing. Opie Radio. He might be doing something too. I don't know. Hey, Kayoza, how art thou? How art thou, Kayoza? La 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 la. Maybe I could be the next big radio shock jock. Kayoza, you got an anime. Kayoza's pretty good. He asks, "How am I? Are you a lady or are you a woman?" I noticed you got an anime avatar. Tell me more about that, Kayoza. Boom bop, dip boom bop, boo, yeah yeah, boom bop, bop bop boom bop, bop boo, yeah yeah. People like my orange juice videos. Bop, boom bop. Should I set up the DSLR and do a studio take of Bop? Do an Bop cover? Yay or nay? Yay or nay? Anybody want a studio take of Bop? Pizza Pasta? I think I gotta upload it. I gotta upload 3 videos. It will take a lot of work. It will take a lot of work. I don't know if I feel like. Maybe I'll just chat with you guys on the live stream here tonight. I just did a DSLR stream in the previous video. So he says, I heard work will set you free. So he says, fly free, big dog. Kayoza asks, do I take medication? I take Abilify 10 milligrams. I used to be on a mega regimen of medications for schizoaffective, but as of right now, all I'm on is Abilify 10 milligrams. How about you, Kayoza? Are you on medications? I used to take like the whole pharmacy for 10 years. You know? Kayosa says he started Wellbutrin. I used to take Wellbutrin. I think that's an antidepressant, correct? Is it working for you? Is it working for you, Kayosa? I think Wellbutrin used to make me sweat a lot for whatever reason. Kayosa says he thinks it's working pretty good. That's great, Kayosa. That's just fantastic. Kayosa says he's actually sweating now. Yeah, I know. I believe that medication made me sweat a lot. Anybody want me to set up the DSLR and make some videos? I could do an Bop cover. Why did I stop taking it? Dave says, no, don't cover Bop. Stay here and talk to the inpatients. All right. I'm hungry and determined for success. Why did I stop taking the Wellbutrin? That's a good question. I was on a lot of other medications, and we eliminated it at a certain point. So I'm not sure the exact reason why we eliminated it, but I think the lamotrigine was working and doing it. Somebody says, have you ever felt brain zaps from getting off medication before? I think so. I believe so. What do you mean by brain zaps, though? To be honest with you, I don't really want to talk about this because, I took a lot of medication for a lot of years, and I'm kind of traumatized. I noticed, obviously, when I was on a lot of medications, I felt very numb to life, very comatose, very chemically lobotomized. And when I started reducing the medications, I became a lot more emotional. I became a lot more. I had more personality, for what it's worth. I was even crying a lot. I don't know if that was an adverse side effect of the withdrawal, but I remember just crying hysterically when I was coming off some of the medications. Like everything made me hysterically cry, basically. I got the term. I don't know if I don't know. I got the term chemically lobotomized, I believe, from a documentary called "Take These Broken Wings: Recovery from Schizophrenia Without the Use of Psychiatric Medications," that features Joanne Greenberg and other people too. They said how these pharmaceutical medications are like a chemical lobotomy, and they said it's. Electric shock, electric shock. Hey, Chiba Eerie. How art thou, Eerie? How art thou, Eerie? Good to see you. I'm gonna put my electric cable in the outlet, and we're gonna be electrified. I'm gonna put the electric cable in the outlet. Psh, it's plugged in. We're electrified. Eerie says, sorry, I've been watching Fish Tank. What is Fish Tank, Eerie? What is Fish Tank? Kaosa says that's Sam Hyde's show. I don't know a lot about Sam Hyde, but what I do know. Somebody says you should audition for season 5 of Fish Tank. I should do a lot of things, Eerie. How should I go about doing that? Spoon feed me, Eerie. Somebody says Andrew should audition. That's a great idea. That's a great idea. Bop, boom, bop. All right. Kaosa asks, can you drive a car? Yes, I can. I don't drive on the parkways. I do local driving, but I have the ability to drive a car. Where are you from, Kaoza? What is your age, gender, location, name? Tell me more about you, Kaoza. I'm 37 years old, male, from Long Island, New York, and my name is Andrew. Maybe Kaoza is a sexy woman from New York. You never know. Stranger things could happen. Maybe she's single. Maybe she's interested. And maybe I'm going to meet a lady. Or maybe it's going to be some man, 40, from Chicago. Oh, not Chicago. Texas. I'm like, oh, okay. I mean, that's cool too. I can have guy friends, but where is this woman from? Is it a sexy lady from New York? Oh, Kaoza says I'm a man. That's too bad. I like the ladies, or the bitches, as they call them on the streets. The bitches. I like the bitches. What do you say, bitches? Thank you, Andrew. What do you say, bitches? Thank you, Andrew. Thank you, Andrew. Somebody's like, that's like chauvinistic. Don't call ladies bitches. No, I'm a male feminist. I'm only joking. I'm joshing here. What do you say, bitches? Thank you, Andrew. What do you say, bitches? Thank you, Andrew. Thank you, Andrew. Thank you, Andrew. Erie says, is it still a joke if it's not funny? No. Maybe. That's a good question. That's a philosophical question. Are you taking Philosophy 101 or did you take Philosophy 101? Pete Tabasta says you need to record that one on the DSLR for us. I gotta record Bop and What Do You Say, Bitches? Not now. Erie says she took marketing. Ooh. At Stony Brook University? Did you go to Stony Brook University, Erie? Were we in the same marketing class? How old are you, Erie? Can you elaborate, Erie? Can you tell me more, Erie? Erie, do you want to stop working in marketing and focus entirely on social media content creation? Join me, Erie. I'll take you to the promised land. I'll take you to the promised land. I'll take you to I'll take you to riches and fame. Quit your job today. Simply don't go in. The work they're making you do is a sin. Erie says, I am an influencer. What does influencer mean? What is an influencer? Let's throw that into Google. What is an influencer? What is an influencer? A person who has the power to affect purchasing decisions of others because of their authority, knowledge, position, or relationship with the audience. Large following on social media, blah, 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 blah. Somebody says Andrew's trying to be famous on social media and he doesn't even know what an influencer is. Bop! Bop! All you do is play on the internet and you don't know what an influencer is. Well, I'm under the impression Erie doesn't like me, so even though she's in a high-ranking position, she definitely leads me to believe she doesn't like me. I don't get like her liking me vibes from her. So even if she could promote me in some capacity, I don't think she would. Or am I mistaken? So it says promote you to what? Well, I think I've created something that far surpasses bop. You know, I can definitely cash in on an bop like song, I believe. You know, promote me, sign me to a record label, get me my bop. Taylor says, your latest songs haven't been up to the bop level. Have any of my songs been up to the bop level? So he says, people have influences in different spaces. So he says, maybe her influencer is an autistic man children. All right, should I set up a DSLR and do a cover of bop? I've asked that question a million times. Maybe I'll ask it 1,000,001 times now. Taylor says no. Okay, fair enough. I'm hungry. I'm determined. Quit playing games with my heart. Bop. La 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 la. Somebody says, I am the lizard. You know, Patrick says, if you were really determined, you'd stop wasting your life online in solitude. You'd go out and live life. Erie says, oh my God, this is unwatchable. Bye. Yup. You know what, Erie? Hit the dusty trail, then. I don't need you to succeed, Erie. I don't need Erie for success. I played too many games with Erie's heart. Somebody says, about my father, have I thought about yesterday and anything I could... I don't want to talk about my father. No, I wasn't abusive. All we do is talk about my parents, and quite frankly, I don't want to talk about my parents anymore, so... Somebody says, you should be ashamed of yourself, buddy. Somebody says, your father has cancer and you can't be nice to him for like a day or a week. No, I mean... Somebody says, that's... All right, I think I'm gonna do some DSLR videos here. know some people say this is lazy content. But what the hell? What the hell? Here comes the lazy content. Somebody says, I noticed when I called Poppy on the live stream, I wanted to. He didn't want to go out for Indian. He wanted to come to my mother's house with my stepfather, sit on her couch, and get Chinese food. And I wanted to go out to an Indian restaurant with him, but what he wanted to do is he wanted to come to my mother's house, sit on her couch, and get Chinese food. So. All right. I did get him a gift, and I gave him the gift. I got him the gift, and I gave him the gift. I didn't stay very long. Somebody says, after accusing him of lying, that's true. I think he is lying to me, though. All right. All right. So he says, who bought you the camera? I guess my mother and father bought me the camera. So he says, they're sadistic camera purchasers. So he says, if they ever did anything to humiliate you, it was buy you that camera, honestly. So he says, it's very poignant. It's very poignant. All right. Yeah, I've got a lot of use out of that camera, that's for sure. I've got a lot of use out of that camera. Erie says that's not what Erie meant. I have got a lot of use out of it, though. It's also captured a lot of crazy content. Somebody asks, what video games am I playing? What books am I reading? Did I start anything new today? Not really, Giant Picklighter, not really. I'm starting the program not this Monday, but the Monday after. I will be starting it officially next Monday. I never said it was this Monday. Let me check my calendar. That's not correct. The program starts June 23rd at 9:30 a.m. I've had it in my calendar for weeks. It's been in my calendar as June 23rd for weeks. Maybe I misspoke, but that's the dates. I start June 23rd. All right. All right. Anybody have any last questions here, or not really? Somebody says, "Why haven't you done a cooking stream yet?" Yeah, I mean that would be a great way to get independent. And somebody says, "Why are you just sitting there with your mouth agape? Why don't you do anything fun?" I don't know. Somebody says, read some books, get an air fryer. There's lots of stuff you can make in an air fryer. And you will feel like an adult. Get some adult responsibilities. Somebody says, is there any... No, I don't really play any video games, Jack. I don't play any video games. Somebody says, by the way, you aren't kept in solitary confinement. You keep yourself isolated willingly. Somebody says, you can literally do anything. You can literally do anything. Well, I have limited money, but... Somebody says, you aren't locked in that apartment and you have a car, get a job. Rossi says, get some Garfield slippers. Get some Garfield slippers. All right, guys. Somebody says he just reads well, I mean, it's good. I mean, I don't really have a lot to talk. I was gonna do some covers of MMMBop I was going to create some videos, but people wanted to, start criticizing me about doing the same things day after day. People wanted to start criticizing me about how I treated my father. People wanted to start saying, "Oh, Andrew lacks empathy," and so on. And it got me down. It got me down. Rusty says, "Yes, do Bop." Rusty says, "Cover Bop." Okay. Okay, so I'm gonna get upbeat again. So some people say the reason I am not viral, the reason I'm not successful is because I suck. They tell me my content is just pouring my life down the drain. Frankly, I think my videos, my songs are better than Hanson. They're better than Bop. Frankly, make me rich, make me famous. My content is better than Bop, but bop da boom bop, da bop bop da da ooh, yeah yeah bop, bop da boom bop, da bop da boo, yeah yeah bop bop da boom. It's a boy band. They have one hit, and they made an enormous amount of money from Bop. Look at all my content. Look at all my videos. People say nobody watches your videos, Andrew. But I think at least one of my songs, at least one of my videos surpasses Bop. I think at least one of my videos is better than Bop. Somebody says Bop is an earworm. Bop is, frankly, make me rich, make me famous. They say, Andrew, if you want to be on the radio, if you want to be on, the charts, go contact, a record company and tell them they'll record my songs, and maybe you'll be on the radio. Maybe you'll record your bop ba da ba da ba da bop da 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 bop 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 boo, yeah yeah bop 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 la 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 bop 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 ooh, yeah yeah bop ba da ba da boom bop la la la. Maybe someday I'll have my own bop. My meal ticket. My ticket to be. I'm a 37-year-old disabled adult child with less than $1,000 to my name. Give me my bop. All right. Somebody says, that's some dark anger. Somebody says, get that. This is so sad. Somebody says, Bop was the number one song in America for 3 weeks. All right. Anybody have any special requests for the DSLR? Somebody wants me to cover Backstreet's Back now. I don't want to cover the Backstreet Boys. Just why not? So he says, I feel bad for you, buddy. Please take some more medication. Want me to cover Stuck in a Moment You Can't Get Out of by U2? Taylor says no. Giant Big Letter says no. Rusty says no. Somebody says, why would anyone want to hear U2? All right. Have any other requests? Somebody says U2 sucks. Somebody said they wanted to hear an apology video for my father, Poppy, because what could be one of his last, if not his last, Father's Day, I didn't spend very long with him. I accused him of lying to me, and I ruined the day. Now, don't make excuses as to why I did what I did. I mean, somebody says my father is not deceiving me. It's mental illness, it's persecutory delusions, and really think about it from his perspective, put myself in his shoes. He's sick with cancer, sick with prostate cancer, and his son looks at him as a sadistic persecutor. His son looks at him as if he's a monster. Imagine how heartbreaking that must be for my father. Imagine how devastated he must feel knowing his son. I don't think I hate him, but imagine how devastated he must feel knowing his son, is so enraged at him. And somebody says the reason you're enraged at him is not over anything factual, not over anything that's real. It's over delusions. Your father is being honest with you. He's being transparent with you. There was no betrayal. And you're ruining holiday after holiday, day after day. Your father is maybe dying, and it's over delusions. It's over mental illness. It's because you're sick, not because of anything he's actually done to you. He's not deceiving you. So I ruined what might have been one of his last Father's Days. So try to really feel badly about what I've done. Try to feel empathy about what I've done. Because if my father really, is to go away, think of how heartbroken I'll be knowing how I treated him towards the end of his life, especially if he did nothing to deserve it. So I want to say, I don't even want to say if my father did nothing, I'm sorry, because that indulges the delusion. What I'm going to say is, I've been sick with schizoaffective. I've been getting delusions that I've been betrayed by my parents, family, friends, and everyone. And I've been ruining all my relationships. So I'm sorry to my father for ruining Father's Day and Thanksgiving and every holiday for the past 3, 4, 5 years now. I'm sorry. And try to realize he is telling me the truth. I'm sick. All right. All right. All right, guys. Any other requests or anything like that? Somebody says In Sync. Taylor says Lamictal. It's Rusty says cover Jingle Bell Rock. It's June 16th, Rusty. Patrick says take Lamictal to show your father the way you're truly sorry. All right, guys. I think I'm going to peace out here. Thanks for watching.